It's 2 a.m. You're lying in bed, phone in hand, rewriting a text message for the seventh time. Each word carefully calculated, each punctuation mark analyzed. What will they think? How will they respond? Or maybe you're in the shower, running through a conversation with someone who hurt you 3 months ago. This time you have the perfect response. This time you win. Except it's not real. It never was. Or you're lying awake, calculating every possible way tomorrow's meeting could go wrong, every potential criticism, every way you might fail. Rehearsing, preparing, exhausting yourself for a battle that hasn't even begun. You've been carrying weight that was never yours to hold. There's a kind of exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. It lives deeper than your body. It's the heaviness of trying to control the uncontrollable, of replaying conversations that already happened, of worrying about outcomes that haven't arrived, of holding on to people who've already let go, of trying to carry the entire world on shoulders that were never meant to bear it. You weren't meant to carry the world. You were meant to walk through it with open hands. Today, I want to share 5 ways to detach yourself from everything you can't control. Not because detachment means not caring, but because true freedom only comes when you learn to care deeply while releasing your grip on what was never yours to control in the first place. The Stoics understood something most of us spend our entire lives learning the hard way. Something that Epictetus discovered in chains. Something Marcus Aurelius wrote about while ruling an empire. Something Seneca found in exile. Freedom doesn't come from controlling everything around you. It comes from releasing your grip on what you could never control anyway. Let me show you how.
Sorry for the interruption. If this resonated with you, please subscribe and comment your once subscribed. Give me motivation. Let's start.
1. Understand the dichotomy of control. Let me tell you about a man who had everything taken from him. Epictetus was born a slave in ancient Rome. His name literally meant acquired one. Property, not person. He had no control over his body, his time, or his freedom. He couldn't choose when to sleep, when to eat, or where to go. His master once twisted his leg so brutally that it never healed properly. Epictetus walked with a limp for the rest of his life. Every single external thing that we consider important, freedom, health, safety, dignity, was stripped from him. And yet in those chains, in that complete absence of external control, he discovered something that most free people never find in their entire lives: true power. He said, "Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are our opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, property, reputation, office, and in a word, whatever is not of our own doing." Let that sink in for a moment. Your health can fail you tomorrow. Your reputation can be destroyed by a lie. The person you love more than anything can walk away. You can do everything right, be kind, be honest, be loyal, be good, and still lose. Still be rejected, still be hurt. The universe doesn't guarantee fairness. Life doesn't reward virtue with safety. But here's what they can never take from you. Not circumstances, not other people, not fate itself. Your response. Your character. Your choice to remain calm in the storm. Your integrity when everything else is falling apart. The way you meet the moment, that's yours. Forever. So here's the practice. Draw a line down the middle of your life. On one side, write down everything you can actually control. Your effort, your integrity, your reactions, the values you live by, how you treat people, the words you choose, your morning routine, your habits, the meaning you make of what happens to you. On the other side, write down everything you cannot control. Other people's opinions of you, the past, every regret, every mistake, every moment you wish you could change. How others treat you, the weather, the economy, traffic, whether people understand you, whether they choose you back, whether your love is returned. Look at that second list. Really look at it. How much of your energy, your peace, your sleep, your mental space has been consumed by that side? How many hours have you spent trying to change things that were never yours to change? Detachment isn't about not caring. It's about caring deeply, loving fully, trying completely, giving generously, while knowing you can't force the river to flow backward. You can't control the current. You can only decide how you navigate it. Freedom begins the moment you stop exhausting yourself, trying to control what you never could. 2. Release your attachment to outcomes. Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man in the world. Emperor of Rome, commander of the mightiest military force ever assembled. A single word from him could start wars or save nations. And yet in his private journals, writings never meant for anyone else to read, he reminded himself of this. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If the Emperor of Rome, a man who literally controlled an empire, needed that reminder, then so do you. So do I. So does everyone who's ever felt their peace stolen by circumstances they can't control. We suffer most when we become attached to a specific outcome. We want the relationship to work out a certain way. We want the job. We want people to see us, validate us, choose us, love us the way we love them. We create a picture in our minds of how things should be, how they must be, how they have to be for us to be okay. And when reality doesn't match that picture, when the person doesn't change, when the opportunity doesn't come, when the belief doesn't guarantee the result, we break. We feel betrayed, not by them, by life itself, because we believe the unspoken promise. If I do everything right, I'll get what I want. But here's the truth nobody wants to hear. You could do everything right and still not get what you want. You can be kind and still be hurt. You could be loyal and still be betrayed. You can be vulnerable and still be abandoned. You can work hard and still fail. You can love someone with everything you have and still watch them choose someone else. That's not a flaw in you. That's not evidence that you're not enough. That's not proof that the universe is punishing you. That's just life. That's just the reality of living in a world where other people have free will and circumstances are complex and outcomes are never guaranteed. Detachment means planting the seed and letting go of the harvest. It means showing up fully, giving your absolute best, pouring your heart into what matters, and then releasing your grip on how it all turns out. It means you can care deeply about something without your peace depending on it going your way. Think about a gardener. They plant seeds with care. They water, they tend, they create the best conditions they can. But they don't stand over the seed, demanding it grow faster. They don't punish themselves when weather they can't control affects the harvest. They understand, I control the planting and the tending. Nature controls the growing. You control the effort. Life controls the outcome. The moment you stop clinging to the outcome, the moment you release your white-knuckled grip on how things have to be, is the moment you become truly free. Not free from caring, free within caring. 3. Stop trying to change other people. This one will hurt, but will also set you free. You cannot change another person, not by loving them harder, not by explaining yourself better, not by being more patient, more understanding, more giving, not by sacrificing more of yourself, not by staying longer, not by trying harder. People change when they want to change, when they're ready, when something inside them shifts that has nothing to do with you. And sometimes, hear this, sometimes they never do. Epictetus, the slave who became free in every way that matters, said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Stop performing for others. Stop trying to control how they see you. Stop exhausting yourself trying to make them understand. You've spent years, maybe your whole life, trying to make someone understand you. Try and make them love you the way you love them. Trying to make them see your worth, choose you, change for you, meet you halfway. Let them go, not with anger, not with bitterness or resentment or the bitter satisfaction of proving them wrong someday. Let them go with the quiet acceptance that they are on their own path and you cannot walk it for them. You can't want their growth more than they want it. You can't love them into healing. You can't sacrifice yourself into their transformation. Here's the part no one tells you. Sometimes the reason you can't let go of trying to change them is because if you accept them as they are, you'd have to accept that the relationship isn't what you thought it was. You'd have to grieve. And grief is harder than hope. But hope that requires you to abandon yourself is not hope. It's self-betrayal dressed up as love. Detachment from people doesn't mean you stop loving them. It means you stop sacrificing your peace trying to control their choices. It means you can love someone and also accept that they're showing you exactly who they are. And if who they are hurts you, depletes you, disrespects you, if accepting them as they are means you have to love them from a distance for your own protection, then that's what it means. You're not responsible for other people's healing. You're not responsible for making them see the light, change their mind, grow up, wake up, choose differently. You're only responsible for your own path. Release them with love and walk forward. The relationship that's meant for you will never require you to betray yourself to keep it. For accept that loss is part of the deal. Seneca watched his friends die. His wealth was taken. His reputation was slandered by people who once called him mentor. He was exiled to a barren island, stripped of everything he'd built. And years later, when he finally returned, the emperor he'd once advised turned on him and forced him to take his own life. Loss after loss after loss. And yet, in the face of all that, he wrote, "Life is long if you know how to use it." How? How did he find peace in all that loss? How did he not become bitter, closed, hardened by the weight of everything taken from him? He accepted it. He looked directly at the fundamental truth we all spend our lives trying to avoid. Everything you love, you will one day lose. Every person you cherish will either leave you or you'll leave them. Every moment of joy is temporary. Every season ends. Every chapter closes. Everything that has a beginning has an ending. And instead of pretending otherwise, instead of building walls around his heart to avoid the inevitable pain, he looked at that truth and said, "Then I will love it fully while it's here." The Stoics practiced something called negative visualization, imagining the loss of what they valued most. Not to be morbid or pessimistic, but to be awake, to be present, to remember that this meal, this conversation, this hug, this ordinary Tuesday could be the last. Impermanence isn't the enemy of love. It's what makes love matter. We spend so much energy trying to hold on to things that are already slipping through our fingers. We cling, we grasp, we build our entire sense of security around things that are by nature temporary. But the tide doesn't care about your fear. It comes and goes by its own rhythm. You can't control it. You can only learn to swim. Detachment doesn't mean you stop loving. It means you love knowing it won't last forever. It means you hold people gently, not desperately. It means you're present for the middle instead of being so terrified of the ending that you miss what's actually here. Everything ends. That's not the tragedy. The tragedy is being so afraid of the ending that you forget to show up for the middle. The tragedy is loving someone but never telling them because you're afraid. The tragedy is having this moment, this beautiful, ordinary, unrepeatable moment, and being somewhere else in your mind. This moment right here is all you ever really have. Not the one you're waiting for, not the one you're mourning. This one. 5. Return to yourself. Here's the final truth, the one everything else has been building toward. The only thing you will carry with you through every season of your life is yourself. Jobs will end. Relationships will shift. People will come and go. Cities will change. Your body will age. Circumstances will rise and fall like waves. But you remain. So the question becomes, who are you when everything else falls away? Who are you when you're not performing for anyone? When you're not defined by your job title, your relationship status, your success, your failure, your reputation? Who are you in the silence when no one is watching? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." The peace you're searching for isn't in a different job. It's not in a different person, a different city, a different body, a different life. It's in learning to come home to yourself. Detachment is about returning to the only place you truly have control, your inner world. Your values, your character, your integrity, the way you treat yourself when no one else is there. When you stop looking outside yourself for validation, for worth, for proof that you matter. When you stop handing other people the pen to write your story, you become unshakable. Not because nothing can hurt you. You're human. Things will hurt. But because you know that no matter what happens, you will still be you. And that is enough. That has always been enough. Stop abandoning yourself for people who wouldn't do the same. Stop betraying your peace for temporary comfort. Stop sacrificing your values for approval that won't last. You are the home you've been searching for. And the moment you realize that, the moment you stop running from yourself and start returning to yourself, everything changes. Not because your circumstances change, because you do. Detachment isn't cold. It isn't about not caring. It's not about becoming a stone, untouched and unmoved by life. It's about caring so deeply that you refuse to lose yourself in the process. The world will take things from you. That's guaranteed. People will disappoint you. Plans will fall apart. Dreams will die and be reborn as different dreams. You will lose and grieve and have to start over more times than you can count. And you will survive it. Not because you controlled it. Not because you did everything right. But because you learned to let go. Because you learned to release your grip on what was never yours to hold. Epictetus was born a slave and became one of history's greatest teachers of freedom. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire and still sought wisdom in his own soul. Seneca lost everything and still found peace and acceptance. They weren't superhuman. They were people just like you who discovered the same truth you're discovering right now. Freedom isn't found in controlling everything. It's found in releasing what was never yours to control in the first place. So take a breath right now. Unclench your fists. Feel the weight you've been carrying that was never yours to hold. And let fall. Let the past go. Let the future worry about itself. Let other people walk their own paths. Let outcomes unfold without your constant interference. And walk forward, lighter than you've been in years. Free in the only way that matters. With open hands. With a quiet heart. With yourself, finally, at peace. If this resonated with you, if you felt something shift, consider subscribing. We explore ancient wisdom from modern life every week. I'll see you in the next one.